be honest with you guys, this did not turn out the way I expected. Hey guys, what's up? It's Kelly again and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to do something a little different for you guys. I'm going to be comparing the prices of products at a German-based Aldi with those at a US-based Aldi. So for those of you who do not know, Aldi is a German discount grocery store chain, which is wildly popular in Germany and is slowly creeping more and more into the US grocery store market. I did a whole video where I compared US Aldis and German Aldis, and they are quite similar to each other, but what I did not do was compare the prices, and of course it's the prices that drive customer traffic to Aldi both in the US and in Germany. While filming inside of grocery stores is apparently well within my comfort zone, doing math is not. Please understand that it wasn't always possible for me to do a perfect one-for-one comparison based on product availability and so on, and there is a certain standard deviation to consider here. But I did the best I could to minimize it. For example, I went shopping at an Aldi SOOO right outside of Munich, one of the more expensive cities in Germany, and I shopped at an Aldi SOOO right outside of Washington, DC, which is one of the more expensive cities in the US. I also took the footage within a 3-week time period to ensure that products such as seasonal produce were priced under similar conditions. All right, let's get started with the price comparisons, but real quick, I just want to remind you guys that generally speaking, groceries in Germany are subject to a 7% sales tax. Non-grocery items are subject to a 19% sales tax. Both of these are included directly in the price that you will be seeing throughout the video, whereas in the US, specifically in the state of Maryland, which is where I went shopping for this video, there is no sales tax on grocery products, and if there is a sales tax on some of the products, it will be 6%, not included on the price tag, but instead added at the end by the cash register, and I'll make sure that I include that. It'll pop up on the screen for you guys, so let's get started. All right, so I'm first going to show you guys the German product and price, and then the US product and price, and then a graphic which shows a breakdown of the prices. If you're familiar with the euro and the metric system, I recommend that you look at the top set of prices, and if you're familiar with the dollar and the US customary system, I recommend that you look at the bottom set of prices. We're going to start with the sweet stuff. This is a box of Merci Chocolates, and for the same size package, you'll pay about 52 euro cents more in the German Aldi than you would in the US Aldi. But please note that the US product was on sale the day I filmed and would have been twice as expensive otherwise. Knoppers have become one of my favorite snacks, and sadly I pay about 16 US cents more per Knopper than I would in Germany. Everyone's favorite gummy bears from Haribo come in all sizes of packaging, but despite the famous American sweet tooth, the packages in the US Aldi are quite smaller than in Germany's. But regardless of that, you'll pay about twice the amount for a bag of Haribo gummy bears in the US than you would in Germany, which I guess isn't all that surprising, and maybe that will change if Haribo opens up the factory. I think they're opening up in Wisconsin soon. So the candy bar brands didn't exactly match up between the German and US Aldi, but per 100 grams, you'll pay about 42 euro cents less in Germany for this candy than you would in the US Aldi. And don't forget that I've added in the taxes Maryland puts on candy and other confectionaries. These American branded chocolate chip cookies are actually a little bit more expensive in Germany than their equivalent is in the US, sans the Star-Spangled logo. I don't know why I chose to focus on the chocolate puff cereal, but I did, and it is an entire euro cheaper to buy a box of this cereal in the German Aldi than the same size box would be priced in the US Aldi. It's not surprising to see name brand Nutella in the German Aldi, but unfortunately the US Aldi had only a knockoff version of the chocolate hazelnut spread. I'm sure this is a huge contributing factor for why it's about 60 US cents cheaper to buy a jar of it in the US than the same size jar would be in Germany. Peanut butter is far more popular in the US than it is in Germany, and it's also considerably cheaper. You would pay over twice the amount in the German Aldi for the same size jar as in the US Aldi. Of course, the white sandwich bread being sold in Germany would be branded as American, but it's also about 10 euro cents cheaper than the same size loaf would cost in the US. Cashews are not my favorite nut to snack on, which is unfortunate since it's one of the few items I've come across so far that is cheaper in the US than in Germany, but not by much. In contrast to cashews, I have a massive weak spot for chips, which are about a third of the price in the US than they would be in Germany. This is a cursed blessing for me. Okay, on to the produce section, which is where I spend most of my time shopping in a grocery store. Pink Lady apples are my favorite apples, and the price per apple is relatively the same between the German Aldi and the US Aldi. Oranges, however, are insanely more expensive in the US Aldi compared to the German Aldi. 5 times the cost, to be more precise. Pineapple is one of my favorite fruits and is sadly about 50 US cents more expensive in the US Aldi than it is in the German Aldi. But mango, surprisingly, is a lot cheaper in the US Aldi. This really surprised me to see that one mango is nearly 50 euro cents more expensive in the German Aldi than in the US Aldi. The bananas were a little bit more expensive in Germany, but nothing to really gawk at, with only a 2 euro cent differential per 100 grams. Potatoes, on the other hand, were 3 times more expensive in the US Aldi than in the German Aldi. And romaine lettuce is another vegetable that's cheaper in Germany, with only 34 euro cents per lettuce head compared to the 58 euro cents you would pay in the US Aldi. Tomatoes are almost the same price, with the German Aldi pricing theirs just a few cents less than the US Aldi. Okay, bell peppers are what I think has the most significant price difference in favor of Germany. You can buy a tri-pack of colored bell peppers for only 99 euro cents in Germany, whereas that same exact pack would cost you over 3 entire euros in the United States. Every time I go grocery shopping, I gawk at how much more expensive bell peppers are in the US. Okay, moving away from the produce section, olive oil is just a little bit more expensive to buy in the German Aldi than the US Aldi. And so are eggs. This surprised me to see that eggs are more expensive in the German Aldi, albeit only by about 7 euro cents per dozen. 1 kilogram of sugar is about 7 euro cents more expensive in the German Aldi than it is in the US Aldi, but 1 kilogram of flour is 6 euro cents cheaper in the German Aldi. Milk was priced very closely between the two stores, with the US Aldi pricing theirs barely a few cents cheaper. I also searched and searched for any form of H milk in the US Aldi and couldn't find any, so I could only compare fresh milk. This might surprise some of you to know that bottled water is taxed in many US states to include Maryland, which makes purchasing bottles of carbonated water even more expensive in the US Aldi compared to the German Aldi. Almost 2 times as expensive. This is just one more reason why I make my own carbonated water at home with a drink mate machine. Coca-Cola is also taxed in Maryland and costs almost 50 US cents more than it would in the German Aldi. Toilet paper is something I always hear foreigners living in the US talking about how much more expensive it is here, and this little experiment I did confirmed it. You will pay about 18 US cents more per roll of toilet paper in the US Aldi compared to the German Aldi. And that really adds up. Deodorant is very different in the US than it is in Germany, because in Germany you primarily see roll-on style deodorants, and in the US you primarily see stick style deodorants. Deodorant is also way more expensive in the US, with the US Aldi pricing a stick of deodorant at $2.62 compared to the $1.98 you would pay for a similar product in the German Aldi. These frozen pizzas are relatively the same size, and I compared the most expensive versions. The US Aldi frozen pizza was priced an entire US dollar more than what the German Aldi pizza was priced at. Fortunately, there are some German-specific cuisine items for sale at this US Aldi, but it's often more expensive than it would be in Germany. For example, this package of Spätzle cost twice as much in the US Aldi than it did in the German Aldi. Spaghetti noodles are also more expensive in the US Aldi. You'll pay about 28 euro cents more for half a kilogram of spaghetti in the US Aldi than you would in the German Aldi. Both Aldis offered Kerrygold butter, but the US priced it 20 US cents higher than the German Aldi. And finally, guys, the widely known branded condiment Miracle Whip mayonnaise costs about 25 US cents more in the US Aldi than in the German Aldi. So I'll be honest with you guys, this did not turn out the way I expected. I'm pretty surprised by it because I personally expected groceries in Germany to be cheaper across the board, and as you saw in the video, that wasn't exactly the case in all instances. But I'm curious what you guys thought. Did you expect groceries to be cheaper in the US or in Germany? Was there a certain product you were surprised by with the price that I showed? And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up because I plan on doing a similar video to this one, but about the grocery store called Lidl, which is another German discount store that's very popular in Germany and slowly coming to the US. And the more thumbs ups I get, the more compelled I will feel to do that video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much to my patrons for all the support you've given me, and I will see you guys next time. Bye! Hey guys, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Kelly Does Her Thing so that you can follow me through my stories. I hope to see y'all there.